it doesn't say Micro Machines, it's not the real thing. That's my best impression of that guy that used to do those commercials for Micro Machines by Galoob. One of those toy lines I had a bunch of as a kid growing up in the 80s. In Sacramento, I used to go to my local Rayleigh's supermarket and piss away my allowance on those little 3 to 5 packs that they used to sell them in on the shelves. And yeah, as an adult, they're great because you can sort of acquire them pretty inexpensively, and they don't take up a lot of real estate either. As you can see, I have a bunch here on display in my little IKEA Detolf. As a kid, I went to San Francisco to FAO Schwartz one day with the folks and saw that they had this massive diorama display with working trains and vehicles that were moving all over the place, I guess on some sort of magnetic track system. I just had to have all the play sets and accessories and ones that I could get my hands on. In fact, I had a bedroom set that was oddly enough same as the one that you would see in Full House, with the geometric shapes and the polygons on the bed sheets. And then underneath was a pull-out drawer that was probably about 5 foot long and as wide as a twin bed would be. And I used to take markers and pencils and make my own sort of city, and then use that as my storage slash display for my Micro Machines. Galoob, I don't think was as heavy a hitter as some of the other toy makers during the 80s, but what they sort of lacked in popularity, they made up for in the overall quality of the toys that they produce. And you can still see that today in some of this stuff, especially when you compare it to some of the knockoffs. I mean, if anyone ever brought Funrise knockoff Micro Machines for me for my birthday or for trade, I used to just be like, oh, this stuff is junk, I will make exception for the Ertl ones that they did for the 89 Keaton Batman, which if you've seen any of my other videos, that's my favorite era of Batman. So, I think Ertl did justice to that sort of Micro Machine scale. And if I had to put a number on it, I guess it's like 1/160th, which would be like N gauge for, model trains. And then, yeah, some of the other stuff that Galoob did, they did 18, which I have some of their stuff, and Army gear. I know they did some girls' lines too. They did Babyface and Golden Girls or whatever it's called, Black Star. I know they did some wrestlers, the WCW era wrestlers. Other Power Machines, which I actually have one example of here. As a kid, I had the Animal, which was another awesome toy that you could sort of just play with in the dirt all day and didn't worry about breaking. This guy over here on the right is actually a Micro Machines vacuum cleaner type thing. You can actually suck them up through that little roller there and pull the lever on top and spit them out again. This guy here, the Giant, the Power Machines Giant, is the front thirds of the 32-wheeler, which I actually had at one point. I had the whole 32-wheeler in a Bandai box that was released, I guess licensed from Galoob to Bandai to be released under their Machine Robo, which for us would be GoBot's line over there in Japan. I had it with the box and everything, but sold it. And some of my favorite ones, of course, were the trains, just because of the I was into model trains and stuff like that, and the station there with the fold-out play set with the box that you can see behind it. Some of my other favorites were, of course, their Militaria. They always did really cool planes and tanks and stuff like that. And some of the other fun ones are the Insiders, which are even smaller Micro Machines that go inside larger Micro Machines. The city play sets were fun because they're modular and you could sort of arrange them in the way you best saw fit. The aircraft carrier, of course, was a staple. If you had Micro Machines, almost every kid had the aircraft carrier. The cargo plane up here with the box and everything. The little cargo helo over there. And then I think some of the other ones that were really cool are the ones with the functioning lights, which you can kind of see still work. The original batteries there still function. Does it still work? Yep, it still works. So yeah, that's Micro Machines. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks.